Hello, guys. I think by now this is no news about what is happening in the country. Martins Vincent Ote, popularly known as VDM, has been arrested. Arrested by who and for why, we don't know. So basically, when I bring up videos like this is just giving you some tips or updates in regards to some of those abnormalities happening within the country in a lot of crannies that most of you do not get to hear. And this is not activism. This is just content, bringing you videos that you need to understand a lot of things happening around the country. So we all know who this young man is. In our hearts, we know what this young man does. This young man is one of few Nigerians who fight for the masses and for people who have had unjust treatments from either individual citizens or the government. Basically, that's what this young man does. And we all know his motive. Let's not be politically inclined to having negative feelings about someone. We all know what this young man's motive is. It is beyond content. And even for some of us who actually bring these updates to you guys, this very news and topic is beyond content. This is the reality of life living in this country. So I really just want to put it out there for you guys to understand what's happening in this country. It's really a big mess that things like this happen. No protocols, no judicial processes, inhumane treatment, and nobody cares. Underline that. Nobody cares. It's appalling. It's something that shouldn't be content. It's something we shouldn't even bring to the fore. But here we are. This is the reality of things in this country. For the most part that I've said this will not change. And like I've said, and I will always keep saying, I'm not an activist. I'm just like a preacher to preach against such things. And that is what we're doing. And a lot of people who come on social media, pro VDM, say the same things. Now, where do we start from? This young man came on air to say this.
So, GTBank, yesterday, salary was paid. Now, instead of my mother to be happy that she received her salary after 30 days of working, my mother came back home crying.
And he was very particular about it. This young man has always been in the space of helping people, not necessarily his family. If you look at the openness of this young man, you would know that nobody is saying everything he does is perfectly 100% correct, but you would notice the sincerity at which this guy carries out his activities. You would see it. It's very feasible. It's something you can actually see and feel. Okay, now what's happening? This guy openly shared text messages he got from his sister. This young man's mother works like a normal, civil servant or, worker in this country. And for her to be in a stage where her salary is cut short by some activities within GTBank, the Guarantee Trust Bank, and coming on air to share this video shows you that this young man is like a normal human being, a normal citizen, where probably a lot of people will see it differently. VDM should be a millionaire. The mom shouldn't be complaining about stipends taken out of her salary. This should go a long way to explain the kind of person this guy is. It should really, really make us understand the kind of person this guy is. This guy is simple to the core. This guy is very open. You see his videos, he's very open. He says his mind. He says a lot of things that most people who do not fit into this kind of pious life would not want to hear. And that's why a lot of people have problem with him. If you think piously, if you have some form of integrity, this young man's activity will not bother you. So where do we start is a problem. Okay, he says his mom was paid her salary and monies were taken out of her salary, debited out of her salary in the name of a loan that was taken by someone else who probably used her NIN to take a loan from the bank. And all of this were not investigated. It's so pitiful that a country like this has no process of investigating things before actually carrying out activities. Okay, this young man goes to the bank to see how to help his mom. This time is to help the mom. And he has gone to the bank to see how best to help his own mom. Remember, this young man just came back 2 weeks ago from Plateau. He was in Plateau. He goes to everywhere he thinks people need help. That is what this young man does. Now, imagine this young man, after touring all these places that have been impacted by crime and insurgency, now within his own domain, within his own household, he can't help his mom. This is very pitiful. For a lot of us who have roots and ties within our families, this doesn't sit well. This doesn't sound well. So, mom, let me help you. Let's go to GTBank and see what exactly happened. This is what I've been doing for people. I've been helping people recover their monies. I've been helping put dubious people in jail. I've been reporting dubious and scam activities to the police, EFCC, and any of the law enforcement agencies. This is what I've been doing for people. So, mommy, let me help you take care of this. Let's go to GTBank. And if you remember, I said how open VDM is. Anywhere he is, he tweets, he talks about where he is very openly because he knows he is saying the truth. And Nigerians know this young man is saying the truth. Now, he's at GTBank and he tweeted Or he actually went on social media and said, yes, I am here and I'm helping my mom. And for some reason, I am getting traction. They are helping me. GTBank is helping me to resolve this. Boom, this went live, and the authorities now see this to be an opportunity to, arrest this young man. No process. Just no process. You arrest this man as if he's a terrorist. You know, bag his head with the clothing like a terrorist. Just same way you arrest terrorists. That's the way this young man who has been in the fore helping a lot of Nigerians, this is how you treat him. This is really appalling. Really, really appalling. Now, who has arrested this young man? We don't know. For we to proceed with this properly to understand, is it EFCC? Is it the Nigerian police? Is it some group of thugs being sponsored by politicians? Who has arrested VDM? Martins Vincent Ote. Who has arrested this young man? Okay, so finally, we have some clips that I would want us to go through. Let's watch all these videos, okay? And get to hear the updates from how it started to where we are at right now. So we can have a full idea of what has been making the rounds since yesterday. By the way, I just want to make this thing clear that we have made videos for a lot of people to understand the state of things in Nigeria. And this is not to shame our roots. This is not to shame where we are from. You know, there are a lot of emotions flying here and there, a lot of jealousy when people say things like this. But the truth is the truth. We have a lot of things to discuss on why people are no longer comfortable in that space called Nigeria. So for all of these things flying around about why are people leaving the country, these are the reasons why people leave the country. When we also see the video flying around about the son of the president, Sheyi Tinubu, about disrupting the activities of whoever is the president of NANS. If you say NANS has factions, that is not your jurisdiction. If you are a youth, as you claim you are, you should be looking for ways to mend whatever disruption that exists within the body of NANS by bringing two factions together as one. But politically, a lot of things have come to play, which a lot of people do not know how this trickles down to the ordinary citizen. So it still boils down to the point where I say, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Let's just go and watch all these videos here so we can get to see exactly what I'm talking about. Just sit down and see how the reality plays. And I like what Peter, my friend, used to say most times. Peter will say this:
may we not wait for Nigeria to happen to you before we have the wisdom and courage to stand.
And which is the truth. If it doesn't happen to you now, you've not been able to help to contribute to stopping or curbing what is happening wrongly to this young man. It will come to your turn. So Nigeria, as he says, is turn by turn PLC. That is what happens right now. Nigeria, like he says, is turn by turn PLC. If it's happening to someone just now and you don't want to help, you don't want to look for ways to help curb it, it will get to your turn. Let me not be too vocal about this, okay? Let's watch these videos. Then we can actually come to some form of conclusion to why we think there is need for some form of change in this country.
Good day, my name is Olumiyiwa Adejobi, Assistant Commissioner of Police and the First Public Relations Officer of Nigeria Police Force, all the way from the Force Headquarters here in Abuja. From the Nigeria Police Force, our job is to enforce the law. There are provisions of the law, either in the Criminal Code, Penal Code, and even the Cyber Crime Prohibition Act of 2015 or 2024 as amended.
Right, so GTBank, yesterday, salary was paid. Now, instead of my mother to be happy that she received her salary after 30 days of working, my mother came back home crying like a baby. My mother, the one who born me, she came back home crying. So what happened? My younger sister sent me this voice note yesterday.
Bro Martins, good evening. You get wetin I want to tell you. Since early this year, any money wey enter mommy account, GTBank dey carry am. They say she collect loan and she no collect any loan. They comot her money, they comot her money, they comot her money. Now today, mommy come house and she just enter house now. She look like say she won't even cry. She know they okay. She still dey pay her salary today and GTB carry everything, leave only 3K for her, and she no ever go collect loan from them. She no know who collect loan with her phone, but just they collect her money. Now person work for 30 days, they pay her una collect the money. She don't go the bank tire. So I don't know if you get anybody for GTB Bank. If you help us look into this issue because you don't talk to another thing, I beg.
Now you see how this life be. I did they fight for people up and down. I don't even know say that they even cheat my own mother for house. And she refused to talk. Since the beginning of this year, that GTBank had been splitting her salary into half, that she's owing money, that she collected loan. Say, I did not collect loan. And she has been going into different GTBanks to explain, I did not take loan from you guys. Then GTBank is telling her that somebody used your NIN. GTBank, who is the somebody that used that NIN? Mind you, if my mama they cry, just know say a lot of people they cry. I remember vividly, Shehu Kuti, one day Shehu Kuti called me the verse for phone. Say GTBank that thief. Say that they remove dollar from his dollar account. And that you bring his bank statement and he's sure of what he was saying. Say they went as far to take $500, $300. They were just removing money. Now you don't come on my mama's salary now. This now woman will say she dey work 30 days. My mother likes to carry her own money when she say she don't work. You don't come on the money. Say somebody used the NIN. Who is the somebody? Are you not supposed to be the one to secure the account? If somebody they use somebody NIN, you know they do verification. Don't you check VDM to see if the face match? So you just come on my mama's salary like that. So if to say I know they give my mama small thing now, how my mama for day you for don't frustrate them? Maybe if I don't give the old man BP. Like I said, if my own mother they go through this one, a lot of people where they use GTBank too go they cry. A lot of people where go they use GTBank go they cry. A lot of people. This is not fair. GTBank, and that is why I don't use GTBank. GTBank, I swear to God, this is the reason why I don't use GTBank. GTBank before, it is very porous. That's number one. GTBank is so porous. You feel just say they don't remove money for your account. It don't happen to my mother before, and I don't know. Now, when they tell them, I used verse yesterday. I say, make she go meet them. Because I told my sister, she should go back to her office and tell them that they should change her salary account. If they don't want to change it, she should resign. Let me pay her the salary. But my mother no go want to resign. That's another problem. Because it involves children, and children should teach. And all these people, all these women where they treat children for secondary school, primary school, they get bond with children. It's not even about the money again for them. It's not even money for them. So she cannot resign. That's why they say schools, they get Odo teachers. Because they don't get bond with those children. They are bonded with them. Those children make them happy. So she cannot even resign and leave the job. So GTBank, I beg. Tomorrow, I carry my mama, they come. I mean, when this holiday they finish, I carry my mama by myself, they come. You should just fix that account and refund that money. We no one problem. I don't want to give problem. I know say because of your mama. I know they do. Just as you take they remove that money, all those money you calculate it, you refund us our money. Or you provide the person that used that account, that NIN to collect loan. You go pay my mama. And the person will use that NIN, you provide the person, let's know who you transfer that money to. Which account did you credit for the loan? Let's know. I want to know the account that you credited for that loan. You better don't play, else you're going to learn, and you will learn the hard way. And they carry my mama, they come. We'll take break, we'll take this in, we'll come now.
Alright, Nigerian government and law enforcement agencies, whether na police or army or EFCC, DSS, civil defense, immigration, custom, any of the agency where they involved in this arrest and in this case, please, we need your attention and you have to act immediately. I just they see news online now. They say they don't arrest VeryDarkMan. His real name is Vincent Martins Ose. And they call him real name so that tomorrow law enforcement una no go talk say una no know the person that they talk about, una no know the social media name, you know they una record. His real name is Vincent Martins Ose, VDM. They said the last place where they see him, he went to GTBank. He got there with his mama. He been done make video where they complain about money where they deduct for the mother account. So he follow her, go there to go resolve the issue. They say while they did there, officers from unknown agency, they come arrest and carry and go. And according to the brother, they do not know his whereabouts. I have my personal differences with Vincent Martins Ose. I should say, don't even block me for Instagram or be for social media. But I must still speak up, notwithstanding, because injustice is injustice. Whether it happened to a person I agree with or not. And then again, we must speak up for two reasons. Number one, na human being. And if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. And for this country, now one of the people where they say, if they come out, come criticize government, if they talk when things they bad, how they think go they good. And therefore, anything will happen to them must concern everybody. Because if they carry them today and nobody talk, tomorrow if they carry you, there will be nobody to speak for you. Because Nigeria waiting with they wait for na turn by turn Nigeria PLC. The second reason we must speak up is because na Nigeria we dey so. This is this country where person go disappear and nobody go know the whereabouts. For this country, you go see people, they tell you, say, be careful, may they no arrest you, may they no come arrest you. My dear, if they even arrest you where they know the people where carry you and where you dey, it is better. Because if they want demand to free so person, they go know where to go to. The worst tragedy where it happen, now make you disappear where nobody go know your whereabouts. In August of 2019 for Kaduna, they carry this guy, Dadiata, where they wear this red cap. They live in how many months old picking with his wife and family, now them they cry their cry. EFCC say no be them, DSS say no be them, Army say it's not in our custody, police say it's not in our custody. How many years later, whether he die, whether he disappear, whether he vanish, nobody know. That is why this issue is very, very important. Any law enforcement agency where no say now you carry Vincent Martins Ose, you must come out immediately and inform the public the reason for the arrest, that he's in your custody, and say he don't get access to in lawyer and in family. And GTBank, when I will be saying for una premises, it allegedly happened, you also have to put up a statement to talk your own side of waiting transpire in that vicinity. Because this is Nigeria. May God forbid say something go happen, citizen go disappear, nobody go know where he go. A law enforcement agents go they behave sometimes like rogue elements. People, officers go come to arrest you. They go come on mufti without identity. Then your offense where you commit, you no go know. Where they carry you go, you no go know. Your loved ones, nobody go inform them where you they go. Now so if they start small. Tomorrow this one go say, we don't know where they. This one go say, it must not happen like that. Nobody they talk say make law enforcement no do their work. But any job that you do must be within the confines of the law. Anything you do that is outside the law is criminality. And you cannot use criminality to solve crime. It doesn't work. Please, if you know say now una dey in the custody of Vincent Martin Sose, come out and inform the public so that everybody will fit follow the case go nowhere to follow and go and to channel the energy. Nigerian youth, Nigerians, all of us must be activists and advocates. We not go leave this work and they talk for one person or one group of person. Tomorrow when they carry them, everybody go continue with their own life. Every Nigerian must activate your office of the citizen and the activist in you. Because they suffer where you they suffer and the one where they suffer, now two different things. Everybody go they talk as if they pay them. If everybody come out to speak up for the truth and justice, there will be no enough prisons to put all of us. But because we not go live and for one group of person or one person, they become soft targets. I take God beg on our Nigerians. We must stand for justice and truth at all times. Because today's victims were yesterday's survivors. Tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. The dead can no longer die. May Nigerians who are alive, may we not wait for Nigeria to happen to you before we have the wisdom and courage to stand for the truth and justice at all times.
I followed my mom to the bank and he posted that yes, so he's in GTBank and they are trying to sort out things and the bank actually complying with him. Next moment I got a call from my mom. She was crying that policemen came and arrested my brother. On what basis? Is it a crime that you come and speak out for Nigeria when people are blind? Or is it a crime that you come out and make people see where they can't see? I don't understand. Like, what is going on? What is this guy's crime, for Christ's sake? Why do you guys keep coming for this guy? See, I don't have a problem with the police people because you guys are just people wearing on uniform. You are just putting on uniform. But then, Abba, wait till they do this country. Wait till I feel like saying I go they use power anyhow. Wait till you do when I come arrest them. What is going on in Nigeria, for Christ's sake?
GTBank, please come and tell us the whereabouts of VeryDarkMan. The last place we know we saw him was inside your bank. VeryDarkMan has been missing for the past few hours. It is alleged that some police officers came to arrest VeryDarkMan inside the GTV premises. Please come and tell Nigerians where VeryDarkMan is. Is this a move to cover up your tracks? Because the last time we saw VeryDarkMan was inside your bank. You don't have any right to come and pick up anybody like that. GTB, are you trying to cover your crimes? You think you can come and take people's money without... Please, tell us where VeryDarkMan is now, because we don't know. All efforts to look for him have been unsuccessful. We want to know where is VDM. Skokupi.
Okay, so sometimes when I try to explain these things vividly, I begin to sound like an activist. And we know how a lot of people just want to stay safe in the country. There are a lot of things you try to speak your mind, just to try to see how that can be very helpful in the long run, stopping all these things happening. And it doesn't sit well with a lot of people. So here you have it. I want you to make meaningful judgment of what you just saw. To a lot of people, this is rubbish. To a lot of people, this has always been happening in Nigeria. So who cares? That's how the system plays out. But for what has happened to VDM, for someone, I can confidently say, I see impacts to what he does, trying to help people. He can be very vocal. He can say things out of line. Even in well-developed countries, we still have areas where people act out of order. This young man is on his own. This young man is just like a one-man hopo. He's a one-man soldier. He does things fearlessly. And he's always in the public space. He's always around. If he's someone who is very scared about the lack of truth in what he says, or probably trying to instigate people, he wouldn't be in the public space. He wouldn't be walking without security. This young man is so devoid of all these political injustices, corruption, criminal activities in this country. And that's why he's very free. So for once, why can't Nigerians and the government of Nigeria look for ways to empower this young man to help solve all these problems? Build something around him, because this young man is a very rare being. We don't have someone who is this fearless, who comes out, puts his life on the line for the good of Nigerians, for people who are not even related to him, people who don't have affiliation to his lineage. This young man is putting his life on the line for them. So when you go back to Sheyi and all those things happening also, it is an embarrassment. It is completely an embarrassment. I hope this video actually just gives us that idea of what's happening. It is not safe. It is really not safe. I was having a conversation with someone back home in Nigeria yesterday. He said a lot of things, and I was trying to picture myself in that environment, and I could see clearly that it is not safe. You can be picked up by anyone. You can be kidnapped by anyone. I just hope this makes sense. Arresting VDM is wrong. Please, Nigerians, let's join hands to make sure this guy does not die wherever they've taken him to. Is it EFCC? Is it the Nigerian police? Do we think these people are thugs, political thugs? Do we think these people are political thugs? Whoever has a hand in arresting Martins, Vincent Ote, popularly known as VDM, should please release this young man. Nigerians, home and abroad, are asking for the safety of this young man. This man means too much to us for us to lose him. Please, EFCC, please, the Nigerian police, nothing should happen to this young man. Please, this man means a lot to Nigerian youth, a lot to the fabric of Nigeria, a lot to his family, a lot to his friends. Nothing should happen to this young man. Let's look for ways to, just make your voices heard, that this young man should stay safe.
Their plan to whisk them away without anybody knowing the trace did not work now. This is CPAC. They finally released him. Well, I just went outside now to carry him. This was when I saw him. Look at him. Bro, what's into your leg?
I don't want to start.
Sure? You try fight them and what happened?
I just bundled outside the car, so I just tripped as we gone and everything. So my uncle for here. Yeah.
Huh. Sure. They blindfold you, sure. The first one I collect my password.
On their phone.
On their phone. Now they will call a cook up offense when no exist. Just to justify the nonsense we do. Did you hear what he said? They are currently manufacturing charges, so I trust them. They confiscated their phones and password by force. By Monday morning, I go hear charges. I'm all waiting to see the charges you are using to hold VDM down. You get us when I get us on a release pack. Because there's nothing you will see to pack concerning CPAC. You don't get any case to now. Yeah, clean. So VDM now, you are looking for how to justify one hold on. We wait to everybody go see this film when I want to go see him. We'll see the end. Skill copy.
Thank you for watching. My name is Fred, and I'll get to see you on the next one. Twali.